Good morning, Pastor Tyrone P. Jones, Church for the City, Yuma, Arizona. There are an estimated 115,000 weddings per day around the world, but the one that occurred in Kiev, Ukraine recently should be noted, and here's why. The bride wore fatigues, the groom wore a helmet, and the wedding party carried rifles and RPGs. Their wedding took place next to a military checkpoint in Kiev, Ukraine. The mayor of Kiev attended the ceremony and noted that a week ago, this was just a normal couple with no plans to carry weapons. Now they want to defend our city together. This courageous couple is simply following their president's example. The head of the presidential office of Ukraine recently wrote an op-ed that was in the New York Times, and he said this: "I'm writing this appeal from a bunker in the capital with President Zelensky by my side. Russian bombs have fallen overhead. Despite the constant barrage of Russian fire, we stand firm and united in our resolve to defeat the Russians. We will fight to the last breath to protect our country." End of quote. If you follow the war at all, you're aware of Mr. Zelensky knows that he's on the top of the kill list. So is his wife and children, by the way. And he knows that his life is in jeopardy, but he has pushed all that aside to lead the nation. People have remarked about him being an incredible man of courage and leadership. Some have written that Zelensky leads the defense of Ukraine with his voice. Others have described him as one who's had the character of Winston Churchill. And he's emblematic in the sense that anyone can be someone ethos. He's carrying that character, offering the world a transformational example that they can follow, a biblical model as well. But there is a caveat here. Paul encouraged the Philippians, "What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me," Paul says, "practice these things and the God of peace will be with you." That's Philippians 4:9. It was not enough for the apostle to have taught the people that they should practice or taught them what they should practice. He showed them by personal example that they could do the same. But what makes biblical leadership different from secular modeling of some leadership is that Christians know that the most powerful source of character and courage does not lie within us. Paul even said, "For this toil, struggling with all his energy, that he powerfully works from within." He embraced the word that we form a trust and confidence in God, who says his grace is sufficient for us even in our weaknesses. That's why we can say we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. As we work, God works. As God works, we work. Hebrews 12 kind of captures the balance of that when it talks about us running the race. It says, looking to Jesus, who's the founder and perfecter of our faith. For the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, of course, with great courage. He despised the shame, and he's seated at the right hand of God. Oswald Chambers said it right. The thing that tells in the long run for God and for men is the steady, persevering work in the unseen. And the only way to keep the life uncrushed is to live looking to God. Ask God to keep your eyes on the Spirit, your eyes on the risen Savior, and you will have the courage to live this life. God bless you.